And now his opponent across the cage in the red corner. He is wearing the black trunks. Official weight 266 pounds. He has a professional record of 29 wins, 7 losses. Training out of Milicic Fighting Systems. Let's welcome from Bettendorf, Iowa. He is the former heavyweight champion of the world, Tim the Maniac Sylvia.
Massive ovation for Tim Sylvia. He did an appearance here at the Iowa last night during the Kraniotakes game and brought the house down.
3-5-minute rounds, all right? Watch no elbows to the head on the ground, all right? Watch strikes to the back of the head. You guys got any questions? Tell them to get ready to fight. Let's go.
We are set for 3x5. 265 pounds. Tim Sylvia minus 320. Kraniotakes plus 260. Kraniotakes in his 17th fight. Sylvia in his 37th. Kraniotakes has finished every single opponent he has ever beaten. 12 in all, 8 knockouts, 4 submissions. Sylvia has finished 23 of 29, 19 knockouts and 4 subs. The main event, ProElite 2 Big Guns on HDNet live from Moline, Illinois. Michael Chavello, Frank Trigg with you. Kraniotakes cannot afford to stand in front of Sylvia. Sylvia does hit heavy. Kraniotakes have got to keep moving. And already Sylvia ties him up, presses him against the cage. Kraniotakes says he's been working this frame.
He's got to get himself off the cage. It's a perfect position for him. He's got a brown belt in judo. He understands how to get a guy from his feet to the ground, but it's very difficult with a guy like Tim. He's very long and has a lot of leverage. He's going to be able to throw a lot of heat at you in the middle of a throw.
And we'll see if Kraniotakes can get Sylvia down. It is one of the strong points of Andreas in the ground and pound. Little knee there from Sylvia. Kraniotakes trying to curl in the right knuckles.
Kraniotakes told us yesterday that the guy that ends up on top in the takedown game is the guy that's going to win the fight. And so he knows if it goes down on the ground, he's got to be on top, so he's got to make this thing work for him.
Tim Sylvia had an extensive 10-week training camp, working his stand-up, conditioning, cutting that weight, and getting Killer Tim back again. Nicely to the inside thigh from Sylvia.
What's the knees, Timmy? Keep those knees busy.
Sylvia keeping Kraniotakes backed against the cage here. Got one underhook off the right arm. Where does Kraniotakes go from here, Frank?
Well, he's not really trying to spin off the cage. He's just sliding down the cage. He's sliding down the fence line. He's got to spin himself off.
And Kraniotakes momentarily had the double underhooks, but Tim turns him around, puts him back on the cage. Nice knee from Tim Sylvia, looking for the waistline. Pat Milicic in the corner of Big Tim.
Yep. Heavy on the head.
Glancing right hand. From Kraniotakes catches him with the second one.
Chin down.
Sylvia does a quick count of his teeth.
Chin down.
Good job by Tim to realize he was getting hit to go in an underhook. Find the space, get in there, lean in. It's a good way to make a guy carry your weight, but also get your faculties about yourself again.
Tim looking for a takedown. Kraniotakes has to lower his center of gravity now as Tim has the double underhooks. Throws a knee, does the Greek German.
Move your feet and turn. There you go.
And he listens to Milicic, does Tim. Milicic said, move your feet and turn. Tim answers the call, throws the knee to the upper left rib cage. But Kraniotakes looking composed. Gets the arm on the inside, opens it up for Tim to land a short right hand.
Good position right here by both guys, but Kraniotakes is still stuck. He's stuck against the cage. He's got to move his feet. What Tim just did to him, he has to do back. Tim's doing a great job of not using a lot of strength out on the edge, just leaning on him to make sure he carries his weight the entire time.
Kraniotakes wants to try and push that head away of Sylvia, and the referee does him a favour. Breaks both men. Let's see if Sylvia can throw this liver kick he's been talking about. Oh, spinning back elbow! Johnson Clyde style! And a right hand from Kraniotakes! Wow, that was an awesome spinning back elbow from the European. Wow. And Sylvia presses him against the cage again.
It was a very strange time. I thought that spinning back elbow. It wasn't a typical time when there's a lot of space, a lot of gapping. He got just enough space to spin and landed it perfectly. To be honest with you, it shows how much Tim is in shape, because normally they would have dropped him. He kept himself on his feet because he's in shape now.
Oh, look at Sylvia from tie clinch with a horizontal elbow off the right. That was textbook.
He's going to try and flip.
Both men trading knees. It's Sylvia who's getting the better shots in at the moment. Sylvia forcing down that right elbow. Gets the underhook off the left arm.
Lift your underhook. Wrist control, elbow.
1 minute remaining. Milicic shouting wrist control, elbow to Tim Sylvia. There's the elbow. Crossing off the right again, then goes to the body.
Do it again and follow up to the other side.
Kraniotakes needs to get off the cage, needs to get out of the clinch here if he's not going to throw knees.
Block him out with the elbow.
Good knee from Big Tim, going for the liver.
Tim's not giving him any space. He's leaning out the entire time, not letting him have any position to get off this cage. He's going to keep him here as long as he can.
Kraniotakes, you see some welts on the hairline just above the eye. There was a palm heel strike from Tim, I like that. Tries to pull the head down. Kraniotakes double leg. Can he get Big Tim Sylvia down?
Tim's doing a great job at controlling the head. He's keeping the head pushed down. If Kraniotakes can't get his head up, he can't get through. Andreas has got to get his head free.
Switches to a single, does Kraniotakes. Sylvia still maintains his vertical base. Final 10 seconds of the opening round.
Great position. Nice wide stance by Tim. Keeping his hips down, keeping that head control. Great defense in the takedown.
End of the first. And was Tim Sylvia pressing Kraniotakes up against the cage for most of the round. Best strike of the round, however, was the beautiful spinning back elbow from Kraniotakes.
Nice deep underhook, really battling in, trying to make this thing happen. Really digging into it heavy and hard. Comes in and gets hit with a couple of big punches, but immediately comes back in and ties up. And look at this spin, just finds enough space. He's just a little bit too close because he hit him more with his tricep than he with his elbow. If he hit him with a solid pointy part of his elbow, he probably would have knocked him out. Nice and tight, right behind the ear. That was a good position, about 3 inches too close though. That would have been the end of the fight.
We are ready to roll. Second round of action. Sylvia first to emerge from his corner. Can Kraniotakes avoid Sylvia clinching him up against the cage once more? 10-9 to Big Tim, says Frank on his scorecard. The chance go up for Tim Sylvia. Plods forward, bit of dirty boxing there from Kraniotakes, and again Sylvia clinches him up, forces him back against the cage.
Where's that control?
Kraniotakes may be unwise to have come in a straight line attack on Sylvia instead of working his 45-degree angles and moving off to the side.
Well, it's not a bad idea if he's going to try and chase him down and beat him up, but he's got to move himself off the cage once he gets here. Tim's going to lean off for the next 45 seconds.
Did you see that, Frank? How relaxed is Sylvia? He looked down at us and gave us a wink and smile.
He gave you a wink. Keep believing me a
cage. There you go. Good, good.
Goes for the knee, catches him on the elbow. Kraniotakes has to get out of this position, and if he's going to stay there, he's got to keep working the knees.
The knees to the legs,
maybe trying to get him up to the soft belly here of Sylvia. Here to the inside thigh from Sylvia.
Wrist control.
Milicic calling for wrist control. High up on the thigh, twice with that knee to the gracilis muscle. And the referee breaks it. Now let's see if Andreas Kraniotakes can use his angles and not just wade in. No. Straight up the center again, and Kim is catching him every time.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you attempt this? Every time you do it, you end up with your back against the cage. You might get one punch in there. You're not getting close to getting a knockout. You just get jammed up again.
Not only that, Frank, but you're not making Tim move. You'd be better off circling around the cage, forcing Tim to move, making Tim burn some energy.
Make him chase you out a little bit. He's not doing it at all.
Yep. There it is. Yep. Grab the wrist. Wrist. Watch your head.
At Milicic.
Lift it.
Confident in his charge so far. Nice needed midsection from Tim. Well, Kraniotakes may have to rely on the referee to break them again here. He's trying to hook the leg, going for a judo-style takedown, Kraniotakes, to no avail. Tim just too big, too strong at the moment. What does Kraniotakes do here, Frank?
Well, same thing he needed to do back in the first round. Get himself off the cage, and like we were talking about in the opener, he's got to use angles. He's not doing any of that here in his face. He's got to get in a position where he's got moving left to right, not forward and back.
Counter right hand down the center from Tim. Kraniotakes misses with the uppercut. And again, Tim catches him. This is not a smart strategy from Kraniotakes. Again, taking the fight at only 20 days' notice. A late replacement for Pedro Hizo. But certainly you've got to feel, Frank, you should be moving around a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, against Tim Sylvia, that's what you have to do. You have to keep moving left and right, pepper him with shots. Don't look for the big haymaker. Just keep peppering out and make him move, make him burn a lot of energy, test his cardio. And he's putting himself in a position where even the old Tim, 25 or 30 pounds heavier, would be able to be in this fight because he's going to be able to hold him and lean on him.
Well, you know what? The strange thing is, Kraniotakes is in close enough to use some of his Wing Sun trapping hands on Tim. I'd like to say that.
He's got a foot laced up. He's looking for a judo throw here. He's got to get Tim's weight moving.
Began training in judo as a teenager, did Kraniotakes, the 29-year-old from Germany. His strength is in his top game on the ground, hasn't had a chance to use it. Another nice palm heel strike there from Tim. A technique I often say is not used enough in mixed martial arts. Good old-fashioned palm heel. Okay, let's see now if Kraniotakes can work some angles. Downward elbow, moves in for a tie clinch uppercut. Wants to juke with big Tim Sylvia. Sylvia dirty boxing. Kraniotakes dances out of the way. But he's standing flat-footed in front of Tim here. Allows Tim to get off a left-legged round kick. Tim takes the back standing. Kraniotakes drops down for a double. And Tim sprawls out. Good takedown defense.
This is not a good position to have Tim Sylvia on top of you. He is, even when he's light at 266. So he's probably about 270, 275 right now. Even when his length is the problem, no matter where you go, he's still on top of you. When Frank Mir fought him years ago, Frank told me that he felt the most in trouble ever underneath somebody when he had Tim on top of him. Even though he didn't win in the fight, it's just because Tim is always on top of you no matter where you move. He knows how to use his reach and his weight when he's on top of you for ground and pound.
And this is the predicament that Kraniotakes finds himself in with 15 seconds on the clock. Big Tim inside the closed guard. Kraniotakes at the moment controlling the big man's posture. And that's how the round ends. Another one for Tim Sylvia.